Yeah. Welcome to Mind Over Matter, the podcast. I'm your host, DEJA, and if this is your first time joining me, thank you. If this is not, you're special, you're loyal, I appreciate you. You're a real one. Welcome to episode 23 of Mind Over Matter, baby. Kick back, relax, and enjoy this episode. So, on today's episode of Mind Over Matter, I will be talking about not giving a damn about what other people think. Just living free, not caring, not apologizing, not listening to your parents, and just believing in yourself. Because that's really all that matters, is what you think about yourself. So we're getting right into this episode. So I want to start off with a little story. So just a little background about me. Like, if you knew me from age 5, I popped out of my mama until 12, you knew I didn't give a damn about what people thought about me. Like, respectfully, I was living my best life those ages. And if you knew me those ages, you know that I really did not care for nothing. And I was not even pretending. Like, I was really being myself authentically, unapologetically. Like, during those ages, I'll be labeled as a little tomboy, right? I was a tomboy those times. And like, I was real life playing football with the guys. Like, if you went to elementary school with me, chances are I tackled your brother, or I tackled you. Like, I tackled you or your brother. Like, I was really, really into just sports at the time. I was always playing outside, riding my bike with the boys in the neighborhood. Like, I was really, really just, I was just different as a kid. And I did not care. Like, I would tell my mom, like, I don't want to wear no skirts to school, Mom. I want to wear the pants because I'm playing football today. And just, I miss that free DEJA. Like, I really did not care what people thought about me. Why? Because I was happy. I was really happy, and I was really living my best life. No joke. Like, you couldn't tell me nothing. Couldn't tell me go play double dutch with the girls. No, I'm playing two-hand touch. If you know, you know. I didn't let the stereotype or the stigma of girls playing sports or girls being tomboyish get to me. Like, I did not care at all. Like, if you were to say, DEJA, why do you act like a boy? Like, you know, little kids are just fast, always asking questions, like, just dumb questions. Like, no question is dumb, but they used to ask some dumb questions. They used to be like, DEJA, why you act like a boy? Why you was hanging out with the boys? Are you like boys or you like girls? And it's like, people are so worried about what other people are doing with their life that it's like, I don't understand it. And now growing up, it's like, now that I'm older, I kind of envy my younger self because I was so free. I was really, like, I didn't even second guess myself. And now that I'm older, I'm always second guessing myself. I'm always like putting doubt into my head. I'm always feeding into what other people have to say. And that is so draining and so annoying because you cannot please everybody. You cannot please everybody. No matter how hard you try, not everybody is going to like you. It's always going to be that one person that doesn't like you, and that's okay. Like the other day, I realized I always say on this podcast, do what you want, do what makes you happy, never give up, don't care about what other people think. But I will be a fraud to admit that I sometimes question myself because of other people's opinions. Especially my parents' opinions, which I feel like people always hold to the highest regard in their life. We always hold their opinions just on this pedestal. Like, their expectations of us is just always on a pedestal, and we always want to live up to the image they have of us in their heads. And I struggle with that, like in high school and college, of my parents' expectations of what they wanted me to be, and I'm still struggling with it. That's why I just want to share it with you guys, so to see if any of you guys take away anything from what I'm saying. It's easier said than done. I'm always saying, like, you shouldn't care what anybody think about you, but I thought I had it under control until the other day my mom came across the Mind Over Matter Baby, and she wasn't too thrilled. She was not happy at all. She was very disappointed. In fact, she found my episode that I talked about why school is a scam. And being a Caribbean parent, that episode title alone is very triggering. Why is school a scam? What? Like, as a Jamaican mother reading that, she was very much triggered, and she did not hold her tongue. She told me, I walked into the room in the middle of her listening to the episode, and she immediately started judging me, like, this is how you talk this is what you give out to the world. This is I want this DEJA. I want this.
What is that? I want that.
I want this. Me, I listen to Dean. Dean is my father, by the way. Both of them were listening to the episode. I want this DEJA. I want this. And I'm just like, what do you mean? It's my podcast. Like, I like it. You don't like it? She's like it. Turn it off. No, sir. No, sir. I'm like, is that bad? Like, I started crying. I started crying, and she didn't care. She was like, she just kept judging, and it felt horrible. And I didn't expect myself to cry, but it's just when you spend time on something, especially as a creative, and you put it out into the world, you want people you care about to like it. And the fact that she just didn't like how I sounded, how I came off in the episode, that I wasn't as polished, as, you know, more like corporately acceptable, more like just more articulate. She was just mad. She just didn't like it. She didn't like it. And she didn't like my message. She didn't like my perspective. She didn't like my point of view. I understand that, all right? That's why we have different YouTube channels. That's why we have different platforms, different, you know, things, because people have different perspectives. Not everybody's gonna like CNN. Not everybody gonna like Fox News. You get me? So it's like, I was kind of like, I took her criticism really hard. Like, I didn't take it well at all. I was crying. I went to my room. Mom was like, why y'all cry for? You're a big baby. Why y'all cry? Like, that's... Fast forward, she comes in my room. She's like, I don't like how you didn't do any research. You were just talking shit. You weren't really saying anything important. You wasn't really motivational. I'm like, I told it straight up, respectfully, it's not for you. This podcast isn't made for you. It's made for people that look like me, people in my age demographic. And I didn't make this podcast for my parents to listen to, right? She didn't take that well at all. You know, when you have an opinion and you have Jamaican parents, it's looked at as you're just very rebellious, you know? That moment I came to the realization that I cannot impress anybody. I cannot impress everybody, and that's okay. I don't want to impress everybody. I like looking back at old episodes like that and being like, okay, even if I don't agree with the things I was saying then, now it's like, okay, that's a good thing, because that means I'm evolving. I'm evolving with my thinking. I'm evolving with the way I'm delivering my message. I'm just evolving with the way I articulate myself and give out just my overall message. And it's like, I'm not perfect. I will never be perfect. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with being myself. And it just bothers me. Like, it bothered me because I actually went back into the episode and I started changing it. I'm like, all right, maybe I shouldn't curse so much. Maybe I should add more value. I should research more and add more just credible sources, and, you know, not really speak about my opinion as much, and, you know, have documents to back up what I'm saying. But once I stopped myself in the middle of just changing everything I loved about the episode, and I'm like, why am I changing everything I love about what I did to impress my mother? And it's like, I just accepted the fact that I'm going to disappoint her. It's not even like that. It's not even like I want to, but I accepted the fact that I cannot make her happy. I only can make myself happy, if you get me. We only have control of what we're doing. And for me to change who I am, to be the perfect daughter, the perfect image she has in her head of me, that would just take away from my authenticity, and it would take away from me being me being just me unapologetically. Like, you never want to feel like you can't be yourself in this world, because then you just move off of insecurity. You move off of, am I doing this right? I hope my mommy is proud of me. I hope this is enough for her. I hope this is enough for my dad. I hope this is enough for my... It's draining, and I don't want no parts of it at all. Like, at all. And I love my parents, but I realized at this age I can't give a damn about what they think about me, because at the end of the day I'm their daughter and they're stuck with me, period. And I'm still gonna be me regardless of what they want me to do. And I say that respectfully. I say it respectfully, of course. Like, I'm always gonna have respect for them. I'm always gonna hear them out. I'm always gonna listen to the advice I'm always gonna hear out the advice they have for me. But sometimes their advice, it's sometimes good. Most of the time it is good, but a lot of the times it doesn't align with what I need to personally do to be successful for me. My version of success isn't the same version of success they have in their head. And I know she will understand this message, because it's like, if she herself listened to what other people were saying, she would have never came to this country. Like, she's a whole illegal, like, she came here illegally. Like, at the end of the day, she wasn't listening to her mom. She definitely wasn't listening to her mother when she said, stay in Jamaica. She still came to America and made the best of her situation. You get me? So, it takes less energy to be yourself than to be something you're not and have to uphold that image for other people to accept you. And then not even accept yourself. Like, it blows my mind what we do for social approval in this generation and just this day and age. And I'm no longer trying to be perfect. Like, it's exhausting. I'm going to be myself in every situation. And that just little circumstance with my mom kind of was the awakening I needed, that I still care sometimes, and we're human. We're going to care. Even no matter how hard we act, we're going to care to some degree about some things. But I no longer let those things change who I am as a person. Period. Yeah, I just had to get that off my chest, because I feel like a lot of people my age are hesitant and they doubt themselves a lot, because they see all these successful people on social media. Social media is the big reason why a lot of us are afraid to be ourselves, and just that perfect persona everybody portrays. I just had to give you guys that story to let you know that even though I'm telling you guys, don't care about what other people think, don't care about what other people think, do what makes you happy, believe in yourself. All these things are true, but these are all practices that we have to do every day to master. And I'm giving out this message, but I'm trying to let you guys know I am not perfect. Like, I follow my advice, but I'm still trying to get to that end goal, you know? And that's why I love doing this and making episodes, because I could look back at what I did and be like, wow, I really thought like that, or I was really saying things like that. I was like, wow. And I try my best not to edit episodes too much, because I just want to be transparent. I just want you guys to see me for me, and that's it. A lot of the times I'm like, man, I don't want to put out an episode, because it's like, I don't want to put out another episode of me, just me. Like, I need to have a studio. I need to have the proper equipment. I need to do this. I need to do that. I need to write out everything I'm going to say. I need to type it all out. I need to have my whole podcast just manuscript out in front of me, and I need to look at the camera more. It's gonna drive you crazy trying to be perfect, and you'll especially as a creative, you'll never put out your product if you want it to be perfect. It's okay if it's not perfect. By you putting out something, it's still doing something. Like, listen to what you think about yourself. Listen to how you feel about yourself. Look internally. Believe in yourself, because nobody else is gonna do that for you. Only you have the ability to put yourself where you want to be. And of course other people can help you and guide you, but never take their judgment personally, because a lot of people try to put their insecurities onto you. And it's okay to be insecure about yourself, about your work, because just that realization that, oh, maybe I don't want to do this podcast today because I look fat, or I don't want to do this podcast today because I look ugly. Just those thoughts alone is like, it's really not true. It's all in your head. We're all gonna be ugly to somebody. Like, you're all gonna be ugly to somebody. Somebody thinks Rihanna is ugly. Believe it or not, somebody in this world thinks Rihanna is ugly. And they're drunk. They're really drunk. But my overall message is stop caring what other people think. Do things for you. Because if I cared about what people think, I wouldn't even be doing this. Like, you know how hard it is to promote a podcast? It leaves you in this state of just like feeling vulnerable. You feel like you're begging people to do things. You feel like you're begging people to listen to you talk. And it's like, at this point, I can give a damn if you tune in or not. It's your loss. Like, I'm confident enough in this podcast that I know is going to excel so exponentially past what I even expected to go, past my even capacity of what I'm even expecting, where I'm expecting it to go. You get me? I'm shooting for the stars, aiming for the moon. You get me? And wait, shoot for the stars. Hold on. Aim for the moon. You have the ability to properly judge what you're doing throughout your day. You don't have to always go to other people for confirmation. It's always good to have a great support system, but you don't always have to go to people to make sure that you're doing the right thing, because their perception of doing the right thing isn't always going to be what you consider what that is. We all have different perspectives. So just be open-minded. Don't judge other people. And don't take things personally. Yeah. I hope y'all like this. I hope y'all like this little session or whatever. This little session or whatever. I'm gonna be back next Sunday, hopefully with a guest. Stay tuned for that. All the information you need to know about the podcast in the bio, link in bio. If you're listening, audio listeners, I have a YouTube channel now. You can go listen to that on YouTube. You get me? And stop giving a damn what people think. You could do anything you put your mind to. Cause it's mind over matter, baby. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. That is mind over matter, baby.